Hello everyone, welcome to Recipes Galore. This is my very first live Recipes Galore, I do believe. But today I am going to be making a easy peasy banana pudding. So I'm going to tilt my camera down so if you can't see me, you'll know why, because I have this little scope right here. So I'm gonna tilt my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. First we're gonna start. Let me tip it down this way so you can see me. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let me not. Hi Tracy. Okay, let me tip my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. First, we have Eagle brand milk. I use Eagle brand milk because it keeps from having to use, it keeps me from having to use sugar and milk. I got this recipe from my grandmother, and she used to use what we call pet milk. And pet milk, I hate. So I got something simple, which is this Eagle brand milk, so you don't have to add sugar. And the first thing we're gonna do is gonna crack open these eggs and separate the eggs, the yolk from the whites. And this is a simple, easy way to do this. Get it all out. And it doesn't want to drop, of course, because I'm on live. That's why. I hope you all are having a good Monday. I shouldn't say Monday. I'm used to doing this on Monday. Can't you tell? I'm used to only being, oh, I got a double yolk. Wow, twins. I got twins, my specialty. But it is not Monday, it is Wednesday. You can tell I'm used to doing this on a Monday. But I'm separating the yolks from the whites. I'm gonna save the whites because I can use that in another recipe. And okay, I'm gonna step over here and wash my hands right quick. So you all just talk amongst yourselves. I hate to deal with raw meat or raw eggs or anything. Let me flip this back up so you can see me. I hate to deal with raw milk or raw eggs and not wash my hands right after, because you don't know what kind of poisoning you can get from raw eggs and raw meat and things like that. So always, always, always wash your hands when you're dealing with raw materials. I mean, meats and things like that. So I'm going to, what I did was I put my egg yolks in here because I don't like dirtying up dishes, and this is easy peasy. So I put that in there, and I got some cornstarch, and I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch because it helps it to thicken up. And just do that right there. There's 1. And there's 2. I'm gonna put this camera back down so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna tilt it. There we go. So this is my egg yolks and my cornstarch. I'll let you look inside and see what it looks like. Now, I'm gonna go get some of my milk. So I like making this all smooth before I add my milk, simply because I don't like clumps. And you can see that right there. It's nice and smooth without clumps. And now I'm gonna get my milk. I like keeping my milk in my refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. There's something about cold milk I love. keeping my milk cold. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my milk and I'm going to fill this up. Fill it all the way to the top so that I'll have enough liquid. And then just gently stir that. So all that goodness comes together. I'm bringing it up to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. It is the cornstarch and the eggs and milk. And it's starting to come together. And it also helps get all of that extra, what I like to call goodness, out of the can before I pour it into the pan. So just pour all of that in there. And then we're going to turn the eye on to about medium and stir that together. I'm going to bring my camera over here closer so you can see what I'm doing. So never mind my face. Woo! There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to stir all that Eagle brand milk, that sweetened condensed milk. I like to call it Eagle brand milk. That's what I've always called it since I was little. I've called it Eagle brand milk. So its actual name is sweetened condensed milk. So I'm just going to stir all this together. And by the way, this recipe, if you like making German chocolate cake, you can use the same base pudding recipe and wait until it thickens. Heat it up, wait until it thickens, and add coconut and pecans, and it makes a good icing on your German chocolate cake. My grandmother used to do that too, and it is so yummy. I'm telling you, so yummy. Now, what I'm also going to do, now that I got all of that together and it's heating up, this right here, this is homemade vanilla extract. And I'm gonna let you look inside. If I can get it open. Okay, I probably tightened it too tight. Okay, let me put it. Got it. Okay. So, if you look inside of there, let me turn it around this way. Those are vanilla beans in there. It's about 25 of them in there. And just some plain vodka. This has been brewing, and I won't say brewing, it has been sitting in a cool, dark place for about 40 days. And the vanilla, the vodka soaks up the flavor of the vanilla. That's why vanilla is so expensive at the store, because it takes so long to make. Now, I'm gonna get my teaspoon, and I'm gonna take some of my vanilla and put it into my pudding. And I usually put like 2 teaspoons full. There's 1. And there's 2. And then I just close up my jar. And I wait until the next time I need some vanilla extract. And I put it in there. It's very easy to make, but the vanilla beans are kind of expensive. Let me see. I got some messages. Yes, it is very interesting, Tracy. It is, it takes a good 45 to 60 days to make this. But the more vanilla beans you have in there, the quicker it will make your vanilla extract. So I have about 25 beans in here, and I want to add some more because I like strong vanilla taste. I like a strong vanilla flavor. And I'm just gonna let this sit and sit and sit until, and I'll probably in a couple of months make another batch so that I make a bigger batch so that I can give some of these away at Christmas. I'll make a basket with jams and vanilla extract and give it away to family and friends at Christmas time. And it is so yummy, and it smells so good. And if you look at the vanilla extract, if you ever looked at a let me see if I have any. I don't think I have any vanilla because I have this, but I do have some more. Let me look in here. This is pure peppermint extract. And if you look on here, it says that it is 91% alcohol. Says it right here. It's alcohol. Most extracts, the reason they're so expensive is because they're made with alcohol. And this one is made with 91% alcohol and peppermint oil. That's pretty much it. And that's what this is made. This is made with vodka and vanilla beans. And if I ever come across a recipe, like I like to make ice cream in the summertime, I'll take some of my vanilla beans out of here, and all you have to do is squeeze the vanilla bean, and all the vanilla beans, you just squeeze it like a little tube, and you squeeze it down this way, and all the vanilla oozes out. The vanilla beans ooze out. Now, if you want to do, if you're not making, excuse me, if you're not making vanilla extract and you want to use the vanilla beans, you can slice the vanilla beans down the center because they are about this long. And you can slice them down the middle and scrape all the vanilla beans out into whatever recipe you use. But don't throw the whole of the vanilla bean away. You can make some vanilla sugar. And I'll tell you how to do that. You get a jar. I got one just like this one. And I put the vanilla bean in there. And then I filled it up with sugar. And you let it sit for like 30 days. Each day you shake it. And once you get done with it, it will taste. The sugar tastes like vanilla. It is so yummy. I use it in recipes. I use it in cookies. And sometimes I use it in my coffee to flavor my coffee. Let me turn this eye down a little bit. Let me flip up here. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'll show you. I'm stirring this up. I'm stirring the pot, and it's getting thicker. And that's why I'm stirring it, because it was with the cornstarch in there, it will start to get thick real quick. As soon as it starts heating up and gets to a certain temperature, it starts thickening it up. So I don't want it to clump up, so I'm stirring it. So make sure that you stir it constantly. I have it over medium high heat, because I'm not trying to be holding you all day. So I'm trying to do the fast version of it. And then we're gonna make a quick, I'll show you how to let it cool off quickly too. That's something else I learned from my grandmother and grandfather. But if you want the recipe for the vanilla beans, if you have questions about the vanilla beans, okay, it started to thicken up. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay. Let me make sure my camera is not falling. There we go. You see, it has already gotten thick. Woo! And I just made a mess. See how thick it is? I don't want it to clump up, so I'm going to continue to stir it and turn the eye off. And there we go. We have our pudding for our banana pudding. Just that quick, easy peasy. You didn't have to add more than 2 or 3 ingredients. And I'm gonna pour it out over here. I'm gonna turn this camera around so you can see. Uh-oh, and it fell down. right here on this plate. My grandmother taught me this, but she used to do with oatmeal. She used to put it on the plate and spread it out so it'll cool off quicker. That way, because as a child, you don't want to give children hot foods. Well, I want this to cool off quickly, so I'm putting it on 2 plates. So it won't cook my bananas. I hate cooked bananas. And I'll just put that over there and spread this out so it will cool off quickly. Now, for the next part of this, while we're waiting on that to cool off, get all nice and cool, we're gonna move over here to the banana station. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna move all this stuff out of the way. I'll put it right here so you can see and point it down. Move all this stuff. I have vanilla wafers. I like to put mini vanilla wafers in my on the inside, but I like the big vanilla wafers for a presentation on the outside. And my camera is going kind of crazy. There we go. So now for the bananas, let me grab a knife. I like using my little paring knife because it's so quick and simple and easy. And I just, well, it'd help if I was cutting on the right side. I just peel it off like that. Now the reason I like this type of recipe, some people put their bananas in layers. I don't like layers. I like mine all mushed up together because I like to have a lot of cookies instead of just one in my mouth at a time. So I like to put it all together and mix it up in one big bowl. And this is just, and normally I use, depends on the size of the banana pudding that I'm making. I usually use about 4 to 5 bananas for this recipe. And I just cut them up just like so. And usually if I cook with my grandkids, I usually give them a butter knife. Hi, Emily. I usually give my grandkids a butter knife so they can cut up bananas. Because they like cooking with me, and they will be here in a couple of weeks. We're gonna have Nana's summer camp. I usually have summer camp with them, so we cook things like confetti, waffles, and banana puddings, and smoothies, and just teach them some simple things that they can cook at home with mom and dad. But I like this banana pudding because it's not so sweet by adding the milk to it, and later we're going to add another ingredient to it. Let me see. I need to turn my light on because you can't see me. I seem dark. There we go. Some more light. Okay, so now you can see me. Hi, Becky. Hold on, let me see. I have been cooking. I haven't looked at see. Giovanna, I do vanilla powdered sugar with the same methods. I might steal your idea for the extract. Go right ahead, because I got it from the Cooking Network. So go right ahead. Let's see, who else came in? I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any messages. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I got this apron from my last nanny family. They know how much I love cooking, and I do a lot of recipes. I usually don't do them live, but I do a lot of recipes on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/C as in cat /the Third Parent Academy. And you can find me. I have all my videos categorized, blah, 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 tongue-tied. And so when you go on there, you don't have to go through all the videos to find what you're looking for. There are several recipes on there. And the recipe that I did last night, if those of you who saw my page, I did a Greek chicken kebabs. I'm gonna do that one, a video on that one, and put that on my page also, on the YouTube channel also. Okay, so I'm almost done cutting up the bananas, and I'm gonna grab the Cool Whip. Yes, secret ingredient. My grandmother didn't use Cool Whip, but I found someone else's recipe and they use Cool Whip. So I use my recipe and their recipe to create a whole new recipe. So hang on a second, let me get the Cool Whip. And I like keeping the Cool Whip frozen because the coldness of the Cool Whip and the warmth of the pudding is, see, Cool Whip. This is what I'm talking about, Cool Whip. In case nobody, I just want you to see it. So I'm gonna grab my pudding, and it's still a little warm, but it has cooled off some. So I'm gonna tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Down here to the bowl. So I put the Cool Whip in first. And then I put the pudding in on top of it. Okay, this frozen Cool Whip is inside of my wire whisk and doesn't want to come out. It usually doesn't stick like that, but simply because I'm doing this live, that's probably why it's doing that. Anyway, let me grab the rest of this. Tell you what. Okay. Now, grab my spatula. I love these things because they always get everything off of there. Can't leave all the goodness on the plate. That would just not be right. And one more. There we go. Okay, somebody said hi to me. Let me see who that is. Oh, hi Norma. Let me scroll up and see. Okay. Now, I'm going to mix the pudding and the Cool Whip together in a big bowl. And I use a big bowl because I'm going to dump everything in here. It's like a dump method. Simple and easy peasy. And there you go. There's your pudding. Now, if you're using this for the German chocolate cake that I mentioned earlier, don't put the Cool Whip in. Just use the pudding mix. The pudding, the cooked pudding. I don't put Cool Whip in it if I'm using this pudding for the German chocolate cake. Now, we're gonna pour in our bananas that we cut earlier. And the little mini Nilla wafers. Grab that. And I just pour the whole bag in. And then grab my spatula and mix it all up. Now I like to make this banana pudding a couple of hours, at least a couple of hours before I need it. Simply because I like cold banana pudding. Some people like warm banana pudding. That's not me. I'm a cold banana pudding person. And just like that, we have our pudding. Get it all covered and saturated and ooey gooey and good. And that's simple as it gets. Takes about 20 to 30 minutes. And because I'm talking and looking at my camera and watching you all and doing this too. Now, I have a glass pan that I like to put it in. And my pan has a lid. So when I transport it, I can just easily cover it up and be out the door. And just pour all of that in there. You got all those bananas and whoops. Wouldn't be cooking if you didn't make a mess every once in a while. And there we go. And just spread it all out. This is going to be yummy. I try to spread it out evenly across the pan. Get everything all squared away. And then, just because I like it to look pretty, I take the regular size vanilla wafers. Now I did have someone, my cousin, who used to use little oatmeal cookies because she preferred oatmeal cookies with her bananas than vanilla wafers. And it was okay, but when you have a set taste in your mouth and you've been eating banana pudding with vanilla wafers all your life, eating it with oatmeal cookies is kind of strange. I'm not saying that it tasted bad, it was just different. So you could probably do this with any cookie that you like. But I like the traditional vanilla wafers. And okay, all of you I want to turn over backwards. So I just put these on top of here. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me turn it around this way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm putting the cookies across in a little pattern. Well, not actually a pattern, I'm just putting them on there. So when it comes time to eat, they look all nice and pretty and presentable. And all you have to do is stick this in the refrigerator, let it cool off. I think I'm gonna move these down a little bit so I can get another cookie on here because I like a lot of cookies on my banana pudding. You may not like as many cookies on your banana pudding. You can put as many cookies as you want. It's your banana pudding. But it's a basic recipe. It's a simple recipe. And it gets a lot of compliments. And People will think you are the best chef ever. Well, not really, but you'll still get a lot of compliments. Okay, and that cookie is stuck together. So we'll move on to some more cookies. And this is pretty much it. Vanilla wafers on top. And you're done with your banana pudding. And voila, banana pudding. Simple and easy. Now, thank you all for joining me today in my recipes galore and my easy peasy banana pudding. I hope that you enjoyed it. It will be on my YouTube page. You can find this on Facebook, share with your friends, share with your groups, share with your mom's group. So whoever, your best friends, just, you know, copy the recipe and keep it somewhere in your recipe file. So I enjoyed cooking for you all today, and I will see you all again the next time.